Welcome
to Avoiding My Anxiously Attached Boyfriend.
This is Anxiously Attached, and this is Avoidant Attached. I'm Faris, Fazzy, or Foofy, although we won't say that too much. And this is my co-host,
Josh, Joshy, or Squishy.
We are boyfriends. Well, not, we're fiancés. We should go into that story. We're fiancés, and we're here to basically just chat shit about whatever we want to talk about. And you're here to join us and escape from your reality. Reality.
If you watch the pilot, you'll know.
Yeah. So the pilot episode was a little bit messy. Apologies, but I hope you enjoyed it. This is going to be a little bit of an expansion on that, and like a bit more of like what we've been up to, that kind of vibe, that kind of chitty chat.
Getting more into it because we were messy bitches
on
the pilot.
I know.
Hence why it's called pilot.
I also realised at the beginning of it, you were like, this is my this is my fiance or something like that. And I was like, no, don't tell them
and
yet.
we didn't even go into it or anything.
We should go into our engagement story.
Yes.
It's not that juicy, but we're going to pretend it is. Oh, it was so juicy.
Magical.
He almost said, no, I fell down the mountain. It was so
we died and came back to life. It was amazing.
Okay, so cute. So what have we been up to? Do you want to start?
Illness has taken over life at the minute, so we sound like whiny LA Valley girls, which is amazing. No. So we've been hit with some weird ass flu.
I know.
Where we've got like a weird chest infection, blocked noses, dry skin everywhere.
Yeah. So the first episode, well, the pilot episode was like just after the holidays, a holiday.
Yeah.
So there was a bit of like tiredness and weight gain. And this one is like just as I'm slightly feeling, but you can still hear it. Like I feel like I'm fine.
I feel like you sound like cool and quirky though. Like,
Friends reference. You wouldn't get that because you don't watch Friends.
Friends are stupid.
Come at him. Go after him. He doesn't watch Friends. He's never watched Friends in his life.
Okay, that's a lie. I have watched Friends.
Mm-hmm. Have you?
Like random episodes, but I haven't watched them like in order from season 1 down to season 9.
Okay.
I don't know how many seasons there are.
I think there's 10.
Okay, yeah. I haven't watched all of them, but I know the general gist of what's going on, who ends up together.
Yeah. That's all that matters, really. Anywho, do you know what was really funny, actually? One thing I want to say. So this is probably going to be like a little bit moany because I feel like I'm in that mood. Okay. You know, where I'm like going to just have a little moan and stuff.
Yeah.
But basically, we were just getting coffees just before we came to record.
Oh.
And we're in the cafe. And I don't know if it's me or what, but like roadmen have really changed. Or maybe it's like West London.
I think it's West London posh roadmen.
It may be. Because they were like really quirky. Like they were dressed in like the noughties. Like they had like, you know, like baggy pants on, like stuff like that. And but then they were like roadmen. And I was like, this is interesting.
And they were a bit geeky because they were talking about like Fortnite.
That's not geeky. So we've been obsessed over Fortnite.
We have.
Literally every single night we've played Fortnite and we haven't got any better.
No. Okay, we had a few victories last time.
I think they were like they were like.
No. It's skill.
Yeah.
It's from our skill. No, that's 100%. Exactly what it is.
Yeah. We were just like practicing, and I don't know. I feel like we're late on the bandwagon though. I feel like a lot of people have already played.
Because they're on like some weird ass season with loads of different chapters down. But I think like Fortnite
I didn't
was
get
big.
That. I don't understand what that is.
It's like season 1, chapter 7.
What is that? What does that mean?
I don't know. I think it's when they changed the map of it or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But hooked ever since Christmas.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Literally.
We've spent about £100 on different skins. I've got the Weekend.
I'm Spider-Man.
He's Spider-Man. We nearly got Wanda from Marvel.
I know.
For about £20.
I know. We need.
And the skins do nothing. They don't give you extra powers. They don't make you stronger. They're just to look pretty.
So Fortnite is like a concept of like you basically, it's like Hunger Games meets Call of Duty. Like you get dropped off by this airplane on a map, and then you have to like run around and kill people and try and like be the first to win.
Yeah.
So that's Fortnite, just in case you guys don't know.
It's amazing.
But we have been addicted to that. But yeah, they were geeky talking about Fortnite and all that shebang. So it is what it is. But we also this week have, well, not this week, like last week, went to Ivy Asia.
Don't be a shady ass bitch.
Did you have fun?
Okay. Ivy Asia, the look of it, it's like I've transported to like China or Thailand or Japan. Stunning.
all Asian countries.
Well, it's a mixture.
Yeah,
it had like
actually,
little bits from all of them. And it looks really nice. And the food was good.
Yeah.
Why?
I just feel like it was really overpriced for like the amount you actually got. And like when you're in a big party, because it was for a birthday, so like when you're in a big party, like you order like a dish of each or whatever, and it comes out and there's like 3 sushi rolls. I'm like, how are we gonna fucking share 3 sushi rolls between 8 people? So like Josh was there just like chomping down all the food, and at one point I was like, chill, babes.
I got a bit drunk as well.
Yeah, you did.
We had a few too many.
But like he was like, is anyone gonna eat that lobster roll? Is anyone gonna have that last lobster roll? I was like, you've had 3, babe.
It's fine.
Let them eat.
It's fine. But I like to, especially if I've had a drink. I like to eat.
I know.
And I feel like people like.
I just like to eat,
chat, and then little nibble bits. No,
eat. Nice. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
100%. But the thing is, with chains like that, where they're like fancy chains, I find them really annoying, because they're like, the way when we first walked in, like if it wasn't a birthday of someone else, like I would have just walked straight out, because like because we walked in and we booked like ages ago, and then they were like, oh, you've got like a 2-hour limit because your table was booked like afterwards.
That is annoying when they say that.
Shut the fuck up. Like, I just won't come here then. Like, I think there's like etiquette. Like, they could have just not said anything, and then when it got closer to that time, been like, oh, you know, like, here's the bill, or like, do you want desserts? Like, there's a way of doing it. You can hint
without saying like, move the fuck out of the way.
Like 2 hours. You have a 2 hour slot, and it's not like a cheap place, but that's the thing. Like a chain, expensive place, they're annoying. Like, I think they think too much of themselves. So I was just a bit like. That kind of started off, but the food was good, the company was good, and we had some fun like chats.
Everyone got drunk as well, which was really drunk. Vibe.
And the older people, went out clubbing afterwards.
Crazy.
And we were like ready
Guildford.
to go home. 10 o'clock. We were like, we're gonna go. We're gonna go home now.
Shelley's waiting for snuggles.
We have to watch Disney movies and cuddle. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, they all went out like partying it up and shit. So that was exciting.
No, we're not about it.
So we have illness. We have like a fun dinner. Does anything else happen?
I think we're quite boring in general. Like day to day.
We laughing at? What are you laughing at?
We're so fun.
Said, okay, so dinner.
We sat in the garden for a little bit.
What else did we do? I don't know what else we did.
Yeah, we're just busy. The thing is,
what's the thing?
We're busy doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like whenever someone wants to meet up or wants to do stuff, I'm always like, oh, I've just had so much going on. And then when they ask to break it down, it's nothing. But it's organised stuff that we have to do around the house, I feel.
What do you mean?
That makes us busy.
What?
We have certain times that we have to watch The Real Housewives, and then we have to watch like How to Get Away with Murder at a certain time at the minute.
Oh yeah.
And then we like go to the gym. So it's like
that's not really the reason though. I think we just don't have any friends left, so we don't get invited to stuff.
True. And the one friend we have is leaving us to go to Dubai.
Yeah. Oh, we went to Harrods.
Oh my god, yeah.
We went to Harrods and we had a fun little date day. So we went to work, and then I was like, oh, let's do like a cute little date. Like, we're in London, like let's go be Londoners, like stuff. So we went to Harrods, which is like really not Londoners, but it's fine. And then we went in, like looked around, and I was like, let's do furniture shopping. Let's do like cutlery shopping and shit, because we're moving back into our flat.
Everyone goes to shop for those things at Harrods.
Yeah, we're moving back into our tiny 2-bedroom flat.
And I was like, got an Hermes blanket.
I need a Versace couch. Oh my god, it used to be 47,000, now it's 44,000. Josh, we have to get this couch.
And
look at the Medusa heads.
Added, it does not get us that.
No, exactly. So then we bought it. No, I'm just kidding.
We have 5.
One for the living room, one for the bedroom. So we were out and about, like having a cute date day. We get trapped in this room that was like an example of like what your living room could look like, and it had like the Alexa thing and whatever.
And you're like, Alexa, make it movie time.
Yeah, that was it.
And it shuts the curtain off.
Yeah.
But then the bitch didn't listen to us and locked us in, so we couldn't get
out. We were like, it was like dark, and there was like music playing, and we're like, Alexa, stop movie time. She's like, I'm sorry, this function is not available. And I was like, Alexa, open the fucking door, Alexa.
We were a little stressed.
Yeah, but then it ended up just being a curtain, not a door. So when she didn't listen to us, we just kind of walked up to the curtain and we were like, oh, okay, just leave. We were walking around and there's like this cafe that's like in the furniture. I can see, listen guys, I can see anytime I start to say a story or anytime I'm to myself on the podcast, Josh's forehead starts dripping with sweat. His pitties start dripping with sweat. He's uncomfortable. He's readjusting. And then I can see my friend Huda over there, like kind of just rubbing her palms together.
She's like, don't say anything too shady.
Yeah, and she's like, what is he going to say? Oh, is he going to say the full story? Is he going to just like...
We don't want to get cancelled.
Yeah, okay? Exactly. These are the opinions of myself and to not represent the podcast. But Bezos, what happened was, we went to Harrods. Stop being so nervous, you guys. You're making me nervous.
We're fine. Fuck it up.
No, okay. So I won't be like too savage, but we were walking on like the 5th floor or something, looking at Hermes mugs. And looking at Dior mugs. Do you remember that Dior cup?
Disgusting.
No, it was so funny. There was like 4 rows of Dior cups and I was like, oh, that's really nice. And Josh was like, yeah, it's okay. And I was like, no, the top one. And it's literally like a plain glass with just like painting like writing on the top. I don't even know what it said, but it looked like something my nephew could make.
Yeah.
And Josh was like, just get Dylan to do it. Like, why do you need to do it?
Yeah, there's no need for you to
but it's not
pay
Dior.
£100 for a mug.
I didn't know it was that. So then I saw the I can't remember what she called it, but there's like the natural like cross Dior Dior like thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I was like, there's a cup with that, and I was like, that's fun. And I was like, that's cute. And so the sales associate comes over, you know, she's just like, yes. I was like, can I have a look at this cup? She's like, yes. And then she like walks over, grabs the cup, and I'm like, I know you're looking at me like you're not gonna buy this.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. But I'm like, I'm gonna buy it just to spite you. So then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. And then she brought it down. I was like, it's actually quite nice. And then
she brings the cash machine over.
She's like, the card machine, like, ready. I'm like, no, I'm not ready.
I'm not ready. I'll come back.
Yeah, she was like, I was like, how much is that? And she was like, this one is 308. I was like, oh, is that for the set? And she was like, no, these don't come in sets. This is for one. She's like, it's nice because you can mix and match. And I was like, I buy 4 glasses and I'm homeless. Like, what do you mean? And then I was like, oh, nice. Just put this back.
I'll be right back, I swear.
My fiance's over there somewhere. I'm going to go ask him. So that was fun and awkward. Anyways, I don't know why I told that, but the cafe's outside of this shop.
Yes.
So after that encounter, we walked to this cafe and it's like open, like, so like half, you know, like where they box it off so you can still see like the shop floor, but the cafe's also, it's busy. I mean, tacky, like, I don't know why people sit there, but anyway, it's fine. They're sat there and they're like having their coffees and I'm like, okay, this is cute, busy, stuffy, whatever.
Yeah.
Minding our business, okay? We're just walking, not affording anything, but we're just pretending, okay? So we see these 2 girls and I look over and I see them looking at like us and like Josh specifically, because he's wearing like a bag that's like traditionally like a handbag, but it's not, it's like a crossbody, but whatever.
It's got feminine attributes.
It's 2024 ho, like what the fuck. Yeah. So then so you're walking through it and then she's like looking at it and then she laughs and then her friend, and then I look up again and her friend's looking over and then like she starts laughing. Oh, sorry, I just had a moment of like, where do I look? Like, am I looking at the camera?
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't know where to look.
Where are we?
Yeah, so then she looks up and then she starts laughing and then I'm like, they're laughing at my boo. They're laughing at my baby.
Rude.
So I was like, and then I noticed that they're kind of like pointing at the bag and like kind of like giggling. And so
I looked snatched that day as well.
Hot.
Can I just say?
Okay. So then they're giggling and I was like, oh my God, how dare they? I was like, oh my God, just look over there. And then and then she looks up and she's like, I was like, yeah, that one. And then we kind of walk in and Josh hasn't really noticed like what's going on and he like walks over to like the pots and pans and he's like, why were we being mean to her?
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Because I saw them laughing to like the side, but I wasn't sure exactly who it was at, what they were doing.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah. So I was like, don't be rude to my husband. So if you're going to be rude to my husband, I'll be rude to you. Okay, bitch?
Yeah.
So that's what happened
So
there.
he showed them.
I did. Those 2 girls.
Yeah.
Rawr.
Rawr.
And then there were so many random things that happened. Because do you remember the other guy that worked for... Should we say where he worked? Or is that going to get him in trouble? He worked for one of the brands.
Yeah.
He literally was
shady
so
ass
He was
bitch.
so rude.
It was like this gay guy, and we walked in, and he came over, and before we even said anything to him, he's shading the company that he's working for, saying how things look tacky, how it doesn't fit right, blah blah blah.
We're minding our business.
And then he starts telling us his life story on how he got his hair dyed and blah blah blah. And we're just sat there like, we kind of want to look at the clothes,
Yeah.
like, can we, blah blah blah. And then he was being a little shady bitch. Like, there was this jacket which was very like bikery, da 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 da. He was like, that would suit you so well. That is
so.
you.
He said that is so you.
And I was just like,
And I was like, you literally met him like 3 minutes ago.
and then Faris put on some sunglasses. Like, oh, don't wear those.
You fucking bitch.
He's like, it makes your face too round. And I'm just like,
yeah. He was like, so when we first walked in, like we literally just like, when you walk in, when you walk into a fancy shop and you can't afford anything, right? And you kind of just like go in and then you're like, you straight away like segue like to the first rack, like even though it's none of your business what's on that rack, you're just like so awkward that you've had the audacity to walk into this shop that you're like, you have to like straight just
on a
start
mission.
looking.
You can't.
And
like,
I'm just like looking at skirts, like yeah, I love
I
this.
love these.
And then you like slowly like loosen up. It's called it's like anxiety. It's called like what's it called when you get over like fear? Exposure therapy.
Yeah.
The longer you stay in this designer shop, the more you feel like you belong.
Exactly.
So then you like slowly warm up and you're actually looking at your clothes that you could potentially buy, which you won't.
Yeah.
And so he comes like waddling over and he's just like, I hate this shop. When you see everyone dressed from head to toe in designer and
Tacky.
brands and tacky. I hate it. This brand is literally all that. So
Yeah.
it's like really awkward. And the stuff on the shelf, it's not Asda. The stuff on the rack, off the rack, was all like branded and stuff. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay, I don't know how to respond to this. Is this a trick?
To be honest, I don't know how he's still there.
Yeah, and then he was like, no, I like a little logo. I like plain, everything plain. And I'm like sat there like, okay, like now I feel really awkward shopping here because you're like, or looking here, because you're like gonna judge me if I pick out something with like brands on it. So I was like,
And you felt, you get the really bitchy gays that judge you. And you
Yeah.
can just tell by their eyes that they're looking you up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and
That
I
was
was like, look at those sunglasses. Those are nice. He's like, yo, those are nice. They're not my style, but those are nice. I was like, okay. So then I picked up a pair, and then I put them on, and he's like, not those ones. They make your face look round.
Imagine.
And I was like, Josh, I don't want to go shopping with this guy.
Literally.
And he was like, I'm too honest. And I was like, yeah, a little too honest, babe. You work here. Like, chill.
It's not a vibe.
So that was also
We
like
quickly left.
I know. And then I went to
Also-
try and get donuts and they ran out because we were too late.
And I get hangry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If there gets a certain point, if I haven't eaten, where I go a bit sweaty, I go a bit faint,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
my
yeah.
mood just
really angry.
shifts.
Like, proper, like you just went so like,
silent.
yeah.
And I think we just grabbed something from the market bit and
I had
sat
a
in the
chicken
car.
Caesar wrap for £6, which actually isn't that bad at the cost of living right now. No, honestly, because a chicken Caesar wrap from like Waitrose, for example, was like $4.50. So it's expensive, but it was really good and really big. But yeah,
Was
we
it
went from
though?
the it was. I loved it.
Okay.
Don't tell me how I feel.
Yeah. It was amazing. We loved
And we
it.
went and sat in the car like tramps, and we were just like there, like eating in the car park
Yeah.
instead of like actually going for dinner. But whatever, that's
good. It's
us.
all for the experience.
Exactamundo, my friend.
Yes.
Exactly. So,
So Harrods was cute.
Yeah.
That was a good little vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need to go back into what the fuck the name of the podcast is.
Can we do a little
what it means.
interlude? You know where it goes, like you finish a segment and it goes, "Du-du-du-du," and we play our music again,
yeah.
and then it goes into the
Dum,
next
dum,
bit.
dum,
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 dum.
dum. Okay, and then it finishes. And it's
Dum.
what happened?
I didn't know who was going to start it.
You were going to tell us about going back into
Okay.
So,
We are called Avoiding My Anxiously Attached Boyfriend.
are we doing a reintroduction?
Yeah,
Okay,
just
okay.
kind of like giving a bit of background.
Okay.
Now, there's a reason. It's not just a random
There's a
ass
what?
reason. What did I say?
There's a reset.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason that we're called this.
Mm-hmm.
And it is about attachment theories and different attachment styles.
Mm-hmm.
So Faris is anxiously attached.
Thank you. Nice to meet
Faris
you.
is anxious. And I am avoidant attachment style.
Tell us what that means. We did a very bad job last
We did. So, because my mind's going, I'm like, can I remember everything? So, there's 3 main different attachment styles.
Mm-hmm.
You've got anxiously attached, avoidant attached, and securely attached.
Yeah.
All of these stem from childhood and how your parents or your caregiver looked after you. So basically, if your parent, whenever you cried as a baby, would run into the room, soothe you, make sure that you're okay, you usually tend to be anxiously attached because that's what you've learned. If you cry, you get attention. And they basically look after you and make sure that you feel good.
Okay.
If you're avoidant attached, it's usually you're probably left to your own devices a little bit more and you had to rely on yourself. So you become a little bit more avoidant in life. But I will explain that later. The third is securely attached, which is basically, there are some people that are that. Yeah. And if you're securely attached, you're a nice balance of both of them. So your parents were in the middle with everything.
But this, I know you're not an expert, but like that's always confuses me.
Okay,
because like, won't all parents like at some point like the kid will cry for too long and they won't go, or like won't all parents go to their kids like when they're crying? Like,
because some people do the technique where you let the child self-soothe,
but then you become avoidant attached.
Yeah.
That's what
But
I mean.
it's
So how do
not
you become
like
securely
Bible, like if you do this, you will become like
okay.
this. It's just, it tends to be the case.
Okay.
But it also goes into not just like when you're a baby and like childhood and like younger years can still like affect you.
Okay.
So if I'll say avoidant and then you can kind of like go into like
let me read
anxiously
my notes.
attached.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me read my notes.
I'm just going.
I'll read
So
you what I say.
avoidant when you're older, it usually affects your relationships, romantic and friendships that you have, where, as the name, you kind of avoid situations that happen. So if you're in a relationship with someone and it gets a little bit too deep, you will cut it off before it goes any further because you're either scared of your own feelings or you're scared that they're going to break up with you, so you kind of like beat them to it.
Okay.
And you self-soothe quite a lot. You like to spend time by yourself and enjoy your own company, and you're usually quite independent.
Okay.
So that's kind of where I fall into the avoidance side of things.
Yeah.
Anxiously attached.
Let me just tell you a couple of other points that I feel actually describe you as well.
I feel like this is just going to be you shading.
No, of course not, baby.
Dumb bitch, ugly.
Stupid hair. No. So you have trouble showing or feeling your emotions. Is that true? Maybe we should do it this way to see if it's true.
Yeah. Go.
Okay.
You list them off.
So we're going to define them by actually asking each other so we can actually self-diagnose live on air.
Love this.
Okay, so avoidantly attached. Trouble showing or feeling your emotions.
For sure, probably.
Great. Discomfort with physical closeness and touch.
So this is actually quite true because I feel like I love physical. I love. What's that from?
I don't know.
Anyway, I love
Me.
like feeling of like someone hugging me or touching me, but sometimes I get a bit awkward around it and I
Right.
overthink how I'm doing it. Like if I hug someone, I'm like, did I hug them weird? Or like if
really?
someone like touches me, I'm like, I'm really enjoying this, but I need to shift a little bit and I don't want them to feel so I get awkward and I don't know if it gives that
bless
energy off.
you.
So
Do you still feel that way now, or do you think...
if I'm comfortable with someone, no.
Right.
But at first, like, I get a bit... Because I'd love to be the person that's very, like, touchy-feely and, like...
But you feel awkward.
I feel awkward doing it. And,
Right.
like, it's almost scared of rejection, whereas if I put myself out there and I do that to them, and I'm like, oh, my God, yeah. And I grab their arm, they'd be like, what the fuck? I know no one would actually react like that.
No, but that's
just
what you
the
think.
fear of, like...
That's
and
really
that is avoidant, isn't it? You're, like, cutting it off before it starts.
Yeah, it says trouble show. Yeah, and it's like worrying that you'll get too like clingy or whatever. You've put it twice, avoiding physically touch again.
Okay.
So physically. So I think like that's obviously a big trigger for you.
Yeah.
You're like, don't touch me while you're typing it. I hate it. Okay, that's really cool. Thanks for sharing. That was really vulnerable of you. Okay, so we have accusing their partner of being too clingy and overly attached. That's
You tell
funny.
me, do I
No,
accuse
that's
you?
funny because you don't actually overtly do that.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I'm actually attached, so that's like kind of my thing anyway. So
Yeah.
we'll never know if you're being a bitch or if I'm being a bitch. Like,
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
being
yeah.
too clingy or are you just being like, get away from me?
Read it again.
Sometimes, I don't know, such as in the South Africa and the Iraq,
They don't have that.
they don't have that. Can we try and see if you can memorize that?
Oh
Okay,
my
so Josh.
No, I don't want to be put on the spot like this.
Josh.
I'll do it to you because I feel like you're better with it.
Josh.
Faris.
Josh.
Faris,
Josh.
why do you think Americans can't locate America on a map?
I don't think that was the question.
Yeah, it is. Why do you think
America?
A recent study shows
like 80% of America.
Okay. Rewind. Faris, a recent study shows that 91% of Americans can't locate America on a map.
Why do you think that is?
Why do you think that is?
I believe, in my personal opinion, that 50% of the US Americans can't locate because of things like South Africa and the Iraq and things such as we need more education for the South Africans and the Asias.
Honestly, when we first saw that clip,
I couldn't stop laughing.
I was laughing for a good hour to the point where my back felt like it was seizing up.
Yeah.
I can't.
Love it. It's literally Huda.
Yeah.
It literally is. Can we get a camera shot of how she's sat right now? I don't want to move the cameras. I'm too scared. Okay, so refusing help or emotional support from others. Sometimes.
Not completely true, but yeah, I see.
Oh no, sorry. We're meant to do the. Okay, so accusing their partner of being too clingy, overly attached. That's what you were gonna answer before I said that. So you were gonna say, what was the question? And I was like reading it out to you.
Read it one more time, sorry.
Okay. Accusing their partner of being too clingy or overly attached.
Oh, so sometimes, because I feel like only child, very much by myself in my childhood in general, that sometimes I feel like I need my own space.
Yeah.
And you come from like a big family, which culturally you do everything together.
Yeah.
So sometimes I do get a bit like, I need to just like go for a walk by myself or just like, I don't know. So sometimes it can be like that.
Fear that closeness to a partner will cause them to get hurt.
Oh.
Or cause you to get hurt or cause them to get hurt. Oh, damn.
You. That's interesting.
Because you're trash.
You're a fucking whore. I do have this thing in my head that I do always hurt the people that are closest to me.
Oh, that's so sad. Why?
I don't know. I think of like past like relationships and like friends and things like that. Like, but I don't know if it's just like situational or I'm just a bit of a bitch without realizing.
I think your friends, not friends plural, but the majority of your past friends have just been like.
But it can't be every one of my friends.
But it wasn't everyone. There's only a couple of friends.
So they, I guess, not so much now, but they're at the beginning maybe a little bit.
Maybe they're a mixture of bad luck and you being useless.
Yeah, probably.
My turn. Anxiously attached is basically from childhood, same, but it's not clear cut. Yeah. Which I didn't realize that, but I guess it's a theory, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's basically thought that their main caregiver is not someone that was really like available, or they would be available. They're like hot and cold with you. They would be available sometimes, not other times, and it can
mix between different parents as well. Like one parent might have been very attentive, and the other one was a little bit distant. So then it's.
And I feel like a child picks up from their like parents' anxieties as well,
100%.
But you don't realize it's anxiety. Like I never thought of my mum as being an anxious person until I'm older, and now I'm like, my mum is such an anxious person, but not in the way anxiety is now. Yeah, as in like known now. It's more like what was considered as like a caring mum.
Yeah,
which is like anxiety is that, isn't it? It's like you care, that's why you worry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like for example, like I never thought it was weird, but we were only ever allowed to play like right at the front of the house. Like we were never allowed to go down the road.
Yeah.
We were never allowed to go like on like the field. Like it was always, and I was like, oh, that's just mum. Like that's just normal. Yeah. But you pick up on that fear, but you don't realize that's what it is. You just think it's a rule.
And and you do tie that into yourself of being fearful for different things like in the future, which is.
And I think just a random, while we're on that, just I feel like it might be good, is a good tip that I've learned personally, in my personal opinion,
such as Africa,
things such as for anyone who like tends to cling on to anxiety, because I don't think it's fair to say like if you have anxiety, because everyone has anxiety, but for people that tend to have a problem shaking it away or whatever, what I've personally found helps is like the acceptance side of it, which I feel gets missed out a lot when like I watch like YouTube videos or listen to podcasts or Audible, whatever, like all these things, like they mention it, but they don't really talk about how important it is to accept it and surrender to it is like the main gateway to kind of not get over but live with and be okay with. And that thought when you're going through it is quite a scary thought,
because I think with anxiety people think like you do get over it and it just goes away, but that isn't anxiety. You just have the better tools and equipment to know how to deal with it.
I realize like I feel anxious every day, all day, like all the time, but like now that I've accepted it, it doesn't feel like such a big problem. Like I'm just like, oh okay, like whatever, I'll go. Whereas before I'd like feed into it, I'd worry about, I'm like, am I normal, like why do I, and things like that. I feel like just a little like top tip is if you like, the scary thing is to dive into it, and like that is scary, but actually when you start just accepting it and just like going with it and ignoring that feeling, which is probably not the best word to use, but acknowledging it's there, knowing it's just a feeling, and then like carrying on really does like work. But it's scary and it's hard, so I do get that, but it does work. And
to realize that they are just thoughts and emotions that you're having there and then,
which
like
is really hard to realize when you're going through it.
Exactly.
That's the problem. But it's like, it's a bit of a catch-22, but I just feel like I want to say it on something because I feel like I haven't seen that out there. And for me personally, like what's worked is like everything else is about like looking back at your childhood, like figuring out what's happening, fine. Things that, you know, there's things that you need to look back on with specific anxiety disorders. But if it's more of a generalized anxiety disorder, like I feel like, again, I'm not like a clinician, but I feel like it's good to really just be like, this is who I am. This is what I have. It's just another emotion that I seem to be obsessing with and just seem to be like really like bluffed by and impressed by, so I keep like following it, but actually it's no different to any other emotion, and you just have to keep doing it every time it comes up. Keep doing it, back to the present, back to what you're doing. Let that feeling be there. Don't do anything special. Let it come, let it go by itself, and keep going, and then eventually it becomes so routine that you don't even notice you're doing it anymore. So it doesn't have to go away. So anyway, that was a bit of a weird
I like that. I think
segue,
it's good to break it down and show like your experience of it, because I think you've also dealt with anxiety since like a very young age, and you've looked at loads of different things, you've followed loads of different things, and you found what works for you. And obviously everyone is going to be different.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like how they handle it and what works for them. But I think you have a really good grasp on.
But with therapists as well, like I feel it's really important to find a good therapist if that's the way you want to go, because I remember my therapist was very like, I don't know, like very so like intent on finding out what my childhood was like, and like finding out what like happened to me in the past. And I was like, sometimes that's helpful, but again, sometimes it's not. Like you can't change the past. So if you just have a generalized anxiety disorder, like you just need tools to figure out that it's okay, it's normal, everyone has it, and so you just need the tools to deal with it. It's no good me knowing that it's because I was locked in a bathroom when I was younger, for example, that I like have anxiety. It's done. Like,
and I think it's good sometimes to be aware of where it started, but I don't think you should dwell on it, because then it's just
you can't
like
change it,
and you become like a victim of like your past, and you're like, I'm like this because of this, I'm like that because of that. Like I think it's good to be aware and know the triggers and where it came from, but
it's a bit like this as well. Like anxiously attached, avoidant attachment.
Can't blame your parents for all of these things.
Because we're all humans, we're all gonna fuck up. So it's like understanding is different, being like, oh, maybe it came from here, but now it's like, but this is how you're wired now. So now it's your duty to rewire your brain and figure out a way of coping, a way of living, a way of thriving actually in it, and like using it as your superpower as well.
100%.
Like being like, oh, I'm an anxious person, but fuck, like I've done so much stuff that people that don't consider themselves to have anxiety or be an anxious person wouldn't do, and I do it and I don't even think about it. Like speaking in public, or like going on a flight by yourself. Maybe some people don't like to do that, but they don't consider themselves anxious. Like there's so much that you do to prove yourself because you've had this thing. I feel like it could work out good.
I like that.
You're welcome. That was my TED Talk.
Free therapy sesh for all of you.
Anywho, I'm anxiously attached because of my bad parents. So yeah, I'm clingy and stuff. And
you need to ask me.
I'm clingy. So no, I think you asked me, and then
Anxiously attached.
Okay, let's do this.
So needing constant contact and support from others. How do you feel about that?
Yes. Not constant contact, but support, yes.
Yeah. I feel like you need people around you
Yeah.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't like it if you're like, you do like your alone time, but for short periods of times that you do like it if you have. But that's also like upbringing.
Yeah,
Like
maybe.
growing up in Jordan and having like the whole family around
You
and
get
everyone.
used to it,
yeah, like you're used to noise, you're used to busyness, and it becomes like a comfort for you. Like even when we first got together, I remember like you had to have the TV on every single time they went to sleep. So there's like some kind of noise like in the background, and you like
to be alone, my thoughts.
you're like,
yeah.
no, I don't want to think.
Yeah.
And then like you like to sleep down in the living room, and I was the complete opposite, where I like to be in the room.
Yeah.
Everything's black,
yeah.
nothing's on, darkness, no sound,
yeah.
nothing. But then after living with the family, I now get stressed if I don't have like the TV on, if I'm not sleeping downstairs. No, I love it because we have sleepovers every night.
I know. That's so funny actually, because that reminds me of like when I used to sleep around your parents' house, and the first time I had to sleep without any TV or anything, and you like shut the door, shut the curtain, everything was dark, and I was like, oh
Stress.
my fuck, stress, like thinking. But then actually, like it's again, it's the same thing. You get used to it. Like, if I just did that lots,
you would naturally.
Yeah.
Because I think Sam is
used to be. Now she likes to watch stuff. So I think like
no, I think it's the other way now. Like, doesn't she?
No, she watches stuff now to sleep, whereas before she used to.
Yeah.
So I do think it's like a change of thing, but. Yeah, I don't like. I prefer to be with people than without people, and on my own terms. I like my own space.
Yeah.
So
but like going for like a walk for a bit, or going upstairs
to a bath.
Yeah.
And then going and chilling in the bedroom by myself for a bit. Yeah, but I don't like spending like the whole day alone.
Yeah.
Like when I do that, I'm like, I hate this.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm scared. Like who's gonna eat me?
Okay.
Monsters.
Okay. A constant need for reassurance that you're good enough.
I think that's a tricky one because yes, but only to the people that I am connected to.
Yeah, because you don't care about random people's opinions, but
it's not that I don't care. Like obviously, like everyone, like you can't help caring. It's like human nature. But like, it's like I don't value it as much, so I can let it go quicker.
Yeah.
So like especially if I don't like the person or whatever, like then I really am like, ouch, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like it doesn't play on my mind. But yeah, if it's someone that I'm like connecting to, like if it's you, like I, especially at the beginning, would need a lot of validation that it's like, do you actually like me? Like, are you actually? And then that is flamed with the fire by you not
being avoidant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's quite funny actually. It's like a little sitcom. Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? And then you're just there like,
I guess.
like moving further and further away. I guess.
But I feel like that's what they say about both of these attachment styles is when they come together, like they do not work a lot of the time unless you grow and mature and work on the relationship properly. And I feel like that's why a lot of relationships do break down after like the first like 2-3 years, because you really get to know someone and then all of your trauma from your childhood flares up and just fucks it up and then you break up.
You're like, oops.
Oh, worried your partner might leave you even in the absence of actual signs of relationship problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. But like not so much now. But definitely I would say the first like I'm even going to push it. I was going to say 2 years. I'm going to say the first 3 years.
Yeah.
I would be like, not like it's a constant worry, but you know when you're just a bit like, he said hi and he went up at the end and that means he thinks I'm a fat bitch. It was like that. Like rational. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
Definitely. And then like if you would say something that maybe looking back now isn't such a big deal, but I still hold the same views and I don't know if that still needs working out. But like, I remember you said once, like, it was New Year's, and you were like, oh, New Year's Day, I'm going to go out with my friends and, like, basically, like, sort yourself out. Like, I'm going to go out with my friends on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my God. Like, I'm obviously not a priority in his life. Like, why would he want to spend New Year's Day without me? Like, why is he choosing to hang out with other people and not invite me? Like, what is this? But, like, you would overthink it. But now, like, I would still feel like, no, fuck off, that's rude.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be thinking like it was because you thought I was like...
Yeah.
not like yeah.
Now you just be like, he's a selfish bitch. Like, how rude.
Well, not that. I'd just be like, invite me.
Okay, yeah,
I'd be like,
that.
rude. Like, why aren't I invited? Yeah, which I think is like a more, I don't know, like natural response, but it's a bit more understandable than like someone making a plan and it was because they want to break up with you or because you're not a priority in their lives. I don't know. It's hard to say, but yeah, I would say it's like a mixture.
And I'll do the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Sudden changes in a partner's behavior or mood might be perceived as signs of dwelling love or impending breakup. Dwindling love. Dwelling love. Dwindling love or an impending breakup.
I don't understand that. Okay. I don't think so.
No?
Like if you just change your vibe randomly.
I think you're quite perceptive,
but I don't think you're going to break up with me.
No.
Sorry, go on.
I think you're quite perceptive on my mood, whereas if like my mood shifts slightly, you pick up on it quite a bit.
That's anxiously attached.
Yeah.
That's like having a parent that you've always had to like figure out their moods
and monitor them constantly.
Oh, this is like so toxic for me to say. I can read everyone's moods like around me. Like if someone's and I'm not right. You know what I mean? Like I can be wrong, but I believe I'm right. And that's the problem because I'll see like work colleague, anyone, like they'll say something slightly different. They'll be slightly off. I'm like, there's something up. And then I'll analyze every little thing that they do at that point forward to confirm and validate what I'm feeling. Yeah. And even if it doesn't, like I'll make it work.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, oh.
They looked at me weird.
Yeah. And the worst part about that, which is like something exclusive, something that we're still working through is we feed off each other on that. Like I'll pick up on a mood and you don't talk about your feelings. So then it becomes like, then you reaffirm the fact that I'm right when I pick up on a mood. So then I'm like, what's wrong? And then you're like, nothing. And then you're like, actually, this happened. And then I'm like, I knew it. So next time I say what's wrong and you say, honestly, nothing, I'm like, there's something wrong. So I think that's something that we're still like ironing out the creases because I feel like that still happens. Yeah. But it's funny now. I feel like we're not as like serious about it.
Yeah, whereas before it'd be like
and I've
the
learned,
end of the
I've
world.
learned to like leave you alone and then you come to me. So you're like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing. Okay.
You have to ask me 100 times for me to actually...
I ask you like twice. Yeah. Because I know there's something up. And then like I've learned now that if I just go secrets, if I just go like, okay, and then like an hour later you'll come to me and be 100%. Like, I just didn't really like that you took the last block of cheese. Like that was really rude. Like you know how much I love cheese. You know how much.
So rude.
And so then I'm like, I need to like pretend I don't care. And then he comes to me.
I know. Yeah. That's definitely some trauma I need
to Don't we all?
Sorry. I want to talk about movies or TV shows that opened you up to one sector or something to do with the LGBTQ plus community. Okay. So it might be a series where it opened you up to something about trans. It could be something that made you think, oh, could I possibly be gay? Or something, I don't know, anything. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you can
You go. I think you'll get better at this.
Okay.
Because I don't, you go.
I have two that I can think of. One was 90210.
Oh, I love that show.
Obsessed. Not the one in the 90s or 80s. Huh?
Naomi Stan.
Yeah, well, I hated her at first. And
I loved
her. She became a baddie. Do you remember Teddy?
I love Teddy.
Yeah. And he came out as gay and stuff like that.
He was so good.
And whenever you're younger and you're gay, you'd always like one of the boys, but you think it's because like you wanted to be like them or like you thought they looked cool or something like that. Like I'm thinking Twilight, Robert Pattinson. Like I had his poster in my room. It's like, oh no, like I want to be Bella.
A vampire. I want to suck blood.
Yeah. That Edward.
I want to suck his blood.
So when Teddy came out, there was one scene where he did this like sexy kind of dance.
Really?
Or maybe he was like part of one of like the strip crew or something like that.
Okay.
And when I watched it, I remember watching it in bed. I can't remember how old I was. I was like
you had a wank to
13, 14. No.
Oh.
So I started to get happy.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I was so freaked out that I got horny over a guy that I like would force myself to watch like lesbian porn afterwards. And I'd like make myself come like the whole day, honestly.
Oh my God.
I think I did it like 3 times or 4 times maybe.
Wait, okay, so this is traumatic.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm
Let's try
saying
and
this.
change just a little bit. But like, it's up to you if you want to keep this in and share it. But like, yeah, let's dive deeper, I suppose. So you watched Teddy.
So I saw Teddy, and I think it was the first time that I got happy over a guy.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know what it meant. So basically watched lesbian porn the whole day.
Is that to be like, no, I'm straight?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Oh, that's so sad.
I don't know.
Habibi.
The other one is It's a Sin. And that opened me up. That and Pose opened me up to more issues with how trans people are treated and HIV and AIDS in the gay community. I feel like HIV and AIDS is always linked to gay people in TV shows. Like, I think what made me first come to that realization was It's a Sin, which is an amazing TV show, but all it is about gay people and the pandemic of it, like in the 90s, early 2000s, and how it wasn't manageable. And then also like Pose. And I do get there was an issue with it during that time period and everyone was quite scared. But I feel like it's been overdone to the point now where a lot of people are just associating HIV or AIDS with gay people.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not an issue to have it. Lots of people can live with it now and it's a lot more manageable and there's lots of medication. But I just think it's too closely linked and you don't need to be gay and that's the only thing you think of. Yeah. Like I think it was during COVID, I saw a study done that basically said that more straight people have HIV and AIDS than gay people now. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of work to do that. And I do think like you need to show the issues with it and how bad it was for gay people during that time and how people live with it now. Yeah. But I don't think people are aware of it now. You don't need every TV show.
I think that's why Heartstopper did so well.
Yeah.
Because it was just like a cute, romantic, innocent gay storyline rather than just like constantly like sex, drugs, AIDS. Like that was all gay people were in TV shows.
Exactly.
And now it's like, actually, you can just be cute and innocent and fall in love. Like it doesn't have to all be about that.
And that TV show is another one.
Oh, is it?
Where like every gay person or anyone part of the community that have watched that TV show has all had the same experience of like butterflies, of like, oh my God. And it brings you back to your childhood because when you are gay and you're in school, that is not your experience.
Yeah, you can't actually live that like fun dating.
Yeah, like
life.
I like them. Do they like me? And obviously they do highlight the issues, but it is very light and fluffy.
Yeah,
and it's kind of what I feel a lot of us wish we had when we were younger.
Yeah, you spend your school days like basically making sure no one will ever find out and act in a certain way so people don't find out.
And people take advantage of it as well. Like, especially like when you're young and you're coming out, like say if you have other friends who are very much into the whole party drug, like lifestyle, like as soon as you turn 18, you fall into that. And I feel like older men sometimes can take advantage of younger guys who are kind of coming to their own. Yeah. And I know lots of friends that have like dealt with that when they're younger and like in their teens.
Date. I wish I had a school experience like Heartstopper though.
It would have been so cute.
Like you just be like, hey, I have a crush on you.
I know.
And then he'll like,
and you're just
I have a crush on you. And then you just meet after school and your hands, your like fingers just like ding.
You touch, and like, and the little sparks that come off. Because
but no,
the rugby
you're
football.
Just like, I think he's hot, but if I say anything,
he might beat me up.
Yeah.
Like even the whole like rugby football boys.
Yeah.
No.
But think about even things like prom. Like if gay was actually okay, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, we've come so far. Like gays are amazing. No, like if gay was actually equal, like that's what people seem to forget. Like actually equal where you don't have to discuss it. Imagine like school and prom, like you'd actually be able to have a real prom. You know how like straight people take that for granted and they don't think about like they ask a guy or a girl out of the opposite sex, whatever, and then they go and they have a nice time and they dance together, whatever. Like as a gay person, you can never have that experience because firstly, most schools won't let you go same sex in that way. Well, at least when we went to school in that capacity, you couldn't. But imagine if you could, like imagine if you could just genuinely, without feeling like your life is threatened, without feeling like parents are going to complain, without feeling like any of these stuff, like you could just say, I like this guy, he's cute, like will you go to prom with me, and go to prom together, and like have that cute romantic experience that every movie and everything tells you should have. That would be cool.
And it's interesting because I feel like a lot of gay people, like there's this weird almost like split personality that you have, like when you're closeted and no one's aware that you actually are gay, like you do have a completely different personality, and then when you come out and you are who you truly are,
you're too gay.
And a lot of people cut you off because they're like, oh, you know, you've changed, you're not like you were before, and you're like, no,
that's worse coming from someone within the community, which I know happened to you
100%,
because I feel like sometimes self-hate and like internalized homophobia or whatever is like almost worse, because I remember, like, I don't know if it really happened to me, but I know it happened with you. Like someone who's LGBTQ plus would say like, oh, you're so feminine, oh, you're so gay. Like I think that hurts more. Like that's bit more,
because then you think like, oh, maybe I am being like this, or like, and I had so many people tell me like, oh, like it's fine that you're gay, but like don't turn into one of those gay people.
But you know, straight people say that. It's not okay, but like you can expect it.
But so it is a lot more hurtful.
Don't be one of those gays. Like,
and it's just like, what do you mean? And then you have to like deepen your voice.
Do I still have to hide watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians now? Like, what do I need to do? Yeah.
And it is something that you hide when you are closeted. So you definitely change your friendship group, and relationships do change as you come out, because you are changing, but you're changing into.
But everyone changes. Everyone has like, what's it called? Like they code switch depending on who they're talking to. So I think it's funny how like people are so like stuck on like you becoming too feminine or you becoming too gay or whatever. But like no one talks about the code switching that like the average hetero guy does with like his family and his friends, or when he's with his mates down the pub. Like everyone does
You're
it.
not going to act like a lad towards your mum.
So it's just a bit like weird that that's what people are stuck on. But whatever. Okay. So my girl. TV shows. Buffy.
Oh, okay.
I just like that show.
Standard.
Wait, what are we talking about? What made us gay?
Seeing Buffy and leather
like, what is it? Are we talking like...
It's basically that had an effect on you, or Buffy? Something that you remember which... had some kind of trigger.
Pink.
Okay.
It's not a TV show. Pink and Buffy.
Okay.
So Buffy was because I saw it when I was really young, and I remember looking at Angel. And being like, why do I like him?
Daddy.
Yeah. I was just like, I like Buffy, but I want to be Buffy. I don't want to get with Buffy. I want to get with Angel. And that was really young. I remember I was like 5 or something. So that was, And then I ignored it, as you do. And then Riley came in, and I was like, who's there? So that TV show definitely. And I feel like this is like really weird to say, but I feel like I liked women a lot, and I liked women in power. And so I feel like that's a thing. That's like a gay awakening. I feel like
the community do. Like you're either like a Buffy fan, a Charmed fan, like, and it is like strong, independent women. And it's not like like they're hot, and you're like, oh my God, she's so pretty. But it's not like, I want to get with you hot. It's like, I'm mesmerized by you.
I want to be you. I want leather pants.
I want long blonde hair.
Die, you vampires, die. I used to always play Buffy. And then the other, I guess like TV shows in general, like Queer as Folk. I think like I watched that, and I was like, oh my God, this is interesting. Like there's actually gay people out there that like are gay in public, and like they go to clubs and stuff,
because that was a stress.
But that was like very drug based as well, so I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to be that. And then I suppose they're like the main ones that like, but like you like 90210, Teddy. And then I guess like my thing is like I don't actively, I guess, go and watch like gay shows. So I feel like when you're younger and you're figuring it out, like I feel like I was more active trying to find gay movies and gay TV shows, whereas now not so much. But Heartstopper is another one that was like really, it just made me feel like more like innocent and not so like everything has to be about like the things that we spoke about before. So I think that those kind of things made me feel like, yay, I'm gay.
I like boys now.
Yeah.
Cute. cute.
Thank you.
So, this game is celebrities you didn't realize were related.
Oh, that's fun. Do you know what? I think I should come up with a game next episode because I feel like you
Maybe.
come up with so many games. And I'm just like sat. He edits the videos, he edits the trailers, he edits the thumbnails, he edits the podcast episode, the audio, the visuals, he takes the pictures, he organizes the studio, he organizes the topics, he organizes the games, and I just show up
Look pretty.
as my authentic self.
and fuck it up. No, you're doing
Maybe
good.
I should do something.
Maybe next time you can.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
making a difference
You're
to the
working.
world.
It's, it's hard.
You know.
Exactly. So I'm gonna say one of their names, and you need to guess who they're related to.
Okay.
Okay. Number one.
Can I have A, B, and C options or not?
No, because it's too easy.
Okay.
Because you'll know a lot of them.
Okay.
Dolly Parton.
What am I doing? Guessing who she's related in the whole world? Like I'm meant to know.
You might know. There might be some people like, oh, actually, I feel like I've heard.
I know her goddaughter is Miley Cyrus.
Ding, 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 ding,
Oh, was that
ding.
it? Okay.
That was it, yeah.
They're not really related though.
Yeah, but they're still related.
Okay, fine.
They're still classed as
I'm
related.
sorry. Yeah.
This one, Julia Roberts.
Emma Rabbit.
Oh my
But
God.
Actually, I was thinking this the other day. What is she? How is she related?
They are. Emma Roberts is the niece of Julia Roberts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
So her brother.
I think Emma Roberts' mum or dad is the sister to Julia Roberts. Yeah. Next one, not closely linked, but there's something. Emily Blunt.
I like her.
Love her. Okay.
Okay.
They're in a movie together.
James Blunt.
No. Oh, that would be.
That would be fun.
It would, but no.
What's happening?
Emily
They're in a
Blunt.
movie together. Anne Hathaway. Imagine.
No.
Imagine. No,
But
I know they're
that
not.
movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Stop. Who's in that movie? She's not with what's her name? Is she? Meryl Streep.
No. There's only one other famous person in there.
That guy.
Who?
Is she with that guy?
She's not with him.
But is she related to that guy? What is his name? I love him. Why do I not remember his name now? He's from ER or something as well, right?
Maybe.
What are you saying? Stanley Cooper. Stanley Tucci.
C.
Tucci.
You were, yeah.
Stanley
Tucci.
Tucci, not Tucci.
Tucci. Yeah, they're related. And he's married to her sister. So it's through marriage,
Oh,
but
that's
they're still
fun.
like related.
I did not know that. That's cool.
Can we just say, I don't know if you can see this,
Yeah.
but cute daddy vibes. It's someone that I feel like
You wouldn't have thought of.
yeah, but I don't know. Do you get that, or am I?
Yeah, he is
Do you know
cute.
what's that movie with Christina Aguilera?
Burlesque.
Yeah. Am I just digging a hole for myself?
No, not
You
at all.
see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it. I'm proud that I got the movie.
Okay. You're like, yay. Okay. Jason Momoa.
Hot.
Daddy.
He's
I need to
so
stop
hot.
saying daddy because it's giving, especially with the other episode,
Trauma, yeah.
issues.
He's
you
so
know
hot.
this.
Oh, I do.
We're not thinking about how hot he
No,
is.
I know. I just.
Who's
thinking-
he related to?
Jason Momoa will be related to someone Momoa.
No.
Cool. I don't think I'm gonna know this.
You do. I love her.
You love her. You love a lot of people.
No, but I love her.
Oh my God, he's related to Beyonce.
He's her daddy.
Oh my God, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Shut up. Is it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, I think they split now, but
Oh,
he
they're
was.
together.
No, he wasn't with Zoe Kravitz. He's with Zoe Kravitz's mum. So he was her stepdad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does that mean he's technically was related to Lenny Kravitz, or does that not count if it's
I
a new
just
partner?
don't think it's like that.
Anyway,
That would be weird.
oh, Bianca Lawson.
Related? Huh?
Do you know Bianca Lawson?
That makes me feel like I do know who that is. Oh, I love. Do you know what? I thought it was her. Isn't she? She's Kendra in Buffy.
I think so. Yeah.
When you said that, and I was like, "Is it her?" But I wasn't sure. She's also in Save the Last Dance. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
I
this
know
is
who
the
she's related to.
Who?
She is Beyonce's cousin.
Oh,
something.
nearly stepsister.
Stepsister.
Yeah.
I also got.
Imagine your stepsister.
I got a little
is
clue
Beyonce.
there because it said Bianca
that's
is
annoying.
Beat Bay, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
But I did hear that. I did know that before. Like,
Okay.
she's related to Beyonce. All over this mouth.
Okay.
Like liquor.
I'm gonna go for this one because you know the other one more. You need to give me some correction. Sweetie? Sweetie?
Sweaty. What about her?
Oh, sweetie.
Sweetie? Sweetie? Who is she related to?
Who?
Who is she related to?
Sweetie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You love her.
Dude, that's not like a clue.
Can you see? Do you know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You like
Tiana
her?
Taylor?
No.
Oh.
I don't know what the thing is, I know you love her, but you know her more than I do.
Oh my god, from Bring It On?
Potentially, I don't know. Something like that maybe.
Oh, hang on a second. I'm too sick for this. I can't give you head. I'm too ill for that. What is her name? I can see her face. Give me time. What is her name?
Is she from Bring It On?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I know who it is. I just need to know her name because I always get it like wrong. As
She's
in
got
like
dimples.
I know who it is. I just need to remember her name. Just give me time. Okay, wait.
Her first name starts with a G. The last name starts with a U. Think
Okay.
of High School Musical. This is for the name.
Okay.
High School Musical. What's the main
Grace.
girl's name?
Gabrielle Union.
Yes.
That was
They
so
are
weird.
in fact cousins.
Who? I forgot what you said.
Sweet.
Oh right.
Sweetie.
The annoying thing is Gabrielle Union is someone who I love and I always forget her name. You know that person that you're like,
Yeah.
you're not like a massive fan,
You
but when
like
you see them, you're
them.
like, I love them.
Yeah.
And I always forget her fucking name. I used
Yeah.
to remember Gabrielle
There's a few
Union.
people like that.
That's so bad though. Yeah, I like her.
So there's the people that you wouldn't think were celebrities. Celebrity
Related.
ignited. What's the related?
Just related. Stop. Just stop. Oh, that was fun. Oh, I feel bad. I feel like I should come up with a game for you.
Next episode.
What's the square root of 72? Just kidding.
Stop. 9?
No.
Okay. When you say square root, is that
Oh,
the
fuck.
smallest number that is multiplied to
No,
make
the
that?
square root is just what multiplied by the same multiplied by the same. So the square
So
root
something
of like
times something equals...
36 would be 6. Right? I'm not good at maths, but yeah.
Is that right?
81 would be.
This-
nine.
Yeah.
81 would be 9. So 72 would be...
No,
There isn't.
No. Okay.
7.9876.
Imagine. Imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all we have time for. Thank you guys so much for sticking this out. If you made it to the end of the podcast, you really are committed.
Yeah.
We love you. Please keep watching so we can get paid. And next time, hopefully we'll go into actually how we got engaged
Yeah.
and past travel trips, past different things that's happened
Past
to
trauma
us.
we can go
I think
into.
we're done with the trauma.
Yeah.
And just like more conversations. It's going to be messy. You just have to get used to it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's a nice escape from your reality.
Reality.
But yeah, thank you guys. Love you guys so much. You have been listening to...
Avoiding my anxiously attached boyfriend.
And I have been Faris. And this has been...
Josh.
Love you. Catch up with you later.
Bye.